I rather seek to want to know how I can possibly help myself first, because that's the first way to even start, and then you can help others.
Right.
So I only wish, and I'm still saying that it should be visible enough so that we know where we're heading to, where we're going, where we're not going, and all of that and all of that. I'm definitely a registered member of Musica, which is the Ghana Musicians Association.
I'm sure that if you
part
put,
of,
I'm
exactly.
sure that if
so,
you put your request through, even through Musica, I am sure that one way or the other, you
not just me though, not just me. So
I'm sure there's
coming back
others.
to the interview, there are issues in the music industry, such as these ones,
right,
which is ultimately the structure. It has to be structured well, and I believe that the government should be able to help some of the key persons who are willing to help it get structured,
right, so that the right thing will be done. Okay, well,
then we can get involved,
right?
Because if you don't know how to get involved now, you're going to be sidelined on a certain type of thing. I can't get involved in that. No.
Okay, I get you. Easy on that. But after your BET nomination, you called for unity in the industry. There must definitely, because you can't just definitely spark up and say, you can choose to have a party for shaggy reasons.
Yeah.
But because there's a problem with unity, that's how come you pinpointed it. So what is it that you want to say about the fact that there's disunity in the industry?
What I really wanted to imply with that post, that was the first thing I posted after, that was I really wanted to make people know that, listen, when we come together as a number, we can pull shit.
True.
I don't need to come to eat, and I don't need to come and eat at your house. I don't need to meet with you as an artist or the leaders of the other camps. You know what I mean? We don't have to be friends, but we should also remember that we're doing the same business. So if we can, on the professional side of things, you know, all things come together to make it work. The rumors, the fights, the whatnot. But how professional are we about that? Yeah. So as not to destroy the whole thing at the end of the day, in the quest or in the light of trying to be controversial. You know what I mean? So I only said that so that we know that
you're all fighting
at
the
points
same
like this, I feel so happy and elated, but I do not feel. I'm not filled with pride, such that I can't even descend and say this belongs to that, this belongs to that. Right. Number of times I will do that every time. One time the first time I showed my BET awards to the masses of Ghana was at the Foresight TV event where I won the ultimate, and that was where I called Shatta Wale on stage. Who does that? You have to be pro to do that. You have to let aside all of the things, and I mean to lead and make them know that when it gets to a certain point, because I was happy that, listen, I've been able to raise the BET, being the first ever African artist doing dance or reggae music to win BET's hands down. Disregard it as much as you can. That only shows your enviness. That only shows how weak you are, because that is what I faced over the time, and I've decided to keep mute about it and smile. Just because it's not in your house, you're like, what criteria are they using? Oh, do we know the people? Oh, oh man. So you know, we just have to we have to, you know, credit persons where they deserve it. Because if I do not deserve it, I will know.
Right.
Some people have won awards, and those ones are being kept.
You said that when we started.
People are keeping persons' awards in their homes because they know they have won it, but it doesn't belong to them.
Right.
So you know what I mean? I'm not bothered at all. But let's just give credit where it's due, because you will know yourself that you deserve it, and I know that I deserve every little penny, every little award, every little height that I'm climbing, because I put in work. I haven't slept for 7 hours yet in a long time, Ras.
Wow. Anyways, did you get any congratulatory messages from any persons from the industry when you were nominated?
Yeah.
You know, since we're talking about
a lot of people sent into it.
Yeah, but people in the industry.
A number of people I posted it up, and I'm so appreciative. Come on, man.
At least people
regardless. Sometimes we all fall victims. Sometimes we do not even find time to be able to say a word or two.
Right.
But it's better it stays that way than even want to break persons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you get any text, or did you get any shout out from Shatta Wale or anything like that?
I don't need it.
You don't need it. Okay, fine. But speaking of which, he has. Speaking of which, I mean, we have to go there. We have to face the elephant in the room. For real. Folks also attribute his taking over song to trying to, insinuate and tell you things in his music. Basically, what's your take on that?
Sincerely speaking, I have to be real. I chanced up upon the Sergeant Lee thing twice. This is the third time I'm hearing it, and I think at a very reputable place where I know I have to start thinking into it and wanting to also find out what it really means and what they're driving at, because listening to the song, I have to be sincere. I do not hear any shots thrown at me, neither thrown at anybody. Some of the other songs may have thrown shots, but that is well allowed. Once it doesn't go beyond certain limits, because when it goes beyond limits, when it gets personal, I will get personal.
Exactly. So basically, what's your view also on writing or doing music that is insinuating?
That's fun. That makes it interesting. That shows how versatile or how skillful you can play with words. You know what I mean? So for that, I think that's what I repeat again. Once it doesn't get personal, some of the things people will say in the songs will be personal stuff. And you see, when you don't know me personally, I can't take it personal. I'm sorry.
Right.
But when you go deeper than to a certain end where you feel like then you must be called upon to expatiate, please, and let us know and prove to us what you know by saying that. So for that, it stays there. It's lyrical. So for the Sergeant Lee word, like you say, I don't know if it means something good. I take calm, sharp.
Exactly.
But if it doesn't, then I don't know what they're talking about, because I do not know what they're talking about. I would wish to know. That's what I should say. So when I know, then I can tell, oh, thank you for calling me, because Charlie, people would I'm for the boy running here. Ebiana Obinso so Nemran or born on Sergeant Lee, because I see other people also send tweets say Coprani, ni Copra. So it's
like that. So what would you rather do? Would you rather do music that's insinuating, or would you rather do popular music?
Repeat the question again.
Okay. We'll go back to what we were talking about people music, or do music that will insinuate and tell people things indirectly.
I'd rather do music which wouldn't tell. My music has all along never focused on a person.
True.
I'm one of the artists who loves to address issues, and sing for the girls.
Sing for the girls. So you rather.
When I say girls, I mean women, and address issues.
Yeah.
So part of addressing issues, I know that the insinuations will pop up and all of that.
But it also depends on which topic it focuses on.
I promise that my music, I have never sat in the studio and put one person up on my head and be like, Bonet, is that you? No, my music is my pen is too expensive
to write like that.
Right. How much more my thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot about you, the musician in particular. So it's a good thing to do. And still on that same topic, let's also talk about what you usually write about, how it easily comes to you, how you usually get your lyrics.
Definitely, I would say that like Bob Marley, I know that reading history and reading about him and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like Bob Marley and like every other big artist, I know that they sing stories that they're involved in. They sing stuff that they felt, stuff that they know, or stuff that they've been through, or stuff that they have an idea about. So that's the only way to keep it going, because music actually is made up of words, melodies, and sounds. But these are the same words that people speak on a daily basis. These are the same issues that go on in life on a daily basis. So once you're living and you're alive and you're also part of life, I believe that these are the places where we pick everything from and then put it back onto the record for people to sit back and enjoy.
Right.
That's why we have that type of song that addresses certain issues that you can really relate to. Love, life, everything. So,
It's all good. It's all good. Some messages are coming, actually. Okay, this one just came in. I'll go back to those messages in a second. He said he hoped Ghana had received more than one nomination. Which artist does he think should have been nominated? That's a question that just came in. Okay, when we were talking about the BET nominations, you did mention that you actually would have wished that there were several Ghanaian artists in the nomination. Which artists do you think that could have been in that?
I bet to save myself from mentioning 1, 2, 3 or more, because I know that most of my colleagues have worked equally hard. So anybody who got mentioned, because last year was Miss V, and I know that I felt that people got surprised, right? Exactly. So I can't stand here or sit here and mention I can only mention what I think. But I'm not BET, I don't know the board, I'm not, you know what I mean? Okay. But I would wish that more of us would be.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a good way to go. Okay, Farouk says, please tell Stonebwoy we want to hear more of the reggae thing. We love his songs such as Roots and Culture, Run Go, Fantasy Girl, and them reggae tunes. Okay, Farouk.
Thank you, Farouk. I'm really grateful to hear this morning, because my next album coming is all reggae.
All right.
It's all reggae, and I mean these ones are singles, and then the one there, but the album, the Episodes of Mama, actually is reggae.
Yeah, we should look out for it.
Album, exactly.
How soon is that coming out?
I thought it was going to be released somewhere in April, but then times and plans have changed just to get it better.
Right.
Just to make sure it's well done and it features
when is your tentative release date?
I promised once, I don't want to promise twice, but I know
so whenever it's ready it will come out.
So definitely we're trying to also work around getting some top features on there as well, and getting it, it's not about the release only for me on that album. There are a lot of processes that I would want done, or there are a lot of things I would want to seal up before releasing that album as well. So the reggae album is coming. I love reggae as much as you do.
Okay, Farouk, the reggae album is on the way. Mary says, Stone, who is Sergeant Lee? And he just said he doesn't know who Sergeant Lee is. Didn't you say that earlier?
Yeah, but who is Koprani also?
Exactly.
I think I'll put up this question because I've seen Koprani, I've seen Sergeant Lee.
You don't know who they both are. Well, we'll live in that same world. Kobe Kwabna, Shatta just called me to listen live. And that's, Beam. Okay, Team Cosmo, you do all. And that's from James. Yeah, I think they're also welcome to listen in, because hey, we all learn from each other. Why not? It's a free country.
I listen to everybody's songs. I listen to Shatta's songs too. Don't you know? And I know he listens to mine too.
Exactly. Is there any favorite from Shatta's camp that you like?
Shatta has done a couple bangers that I love. A couple bangers. I was dancing to one at the Foresight time.
Yeah.
And this one has caught my ears also. It's the one that Sergeant Lee has.
Oh, okay. The taking over one. Okay.
And the Ayo too. It's more aware for me. So Ayo is like everything.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's hear Run Go. You are a smart boy.